Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at ICP. We're going to double check a couple of key factors. Thank you so much again for your patience here. Obviously, I know I've been traveling, but I'll make sure we keep you up to date and abreast on some scenarios here. Absolutely nice little benefit there for this weekend for the Bitcoin trade, 30%, well, 28% and 20 hours there. And Premium Plus definitely shooting well. BNB, Chainlink, what was it? We also got some nice profits from Solana, Matic, and a few others as well, Chainlink as well. So again, awesome stuff. Congrats to my community members for that. Happy that's working well for you. Let's take a quick look here at the backend data, kind of see what's going on. And future reference, if you're new to our channel, deeply appreciate if you hit the like button, comment below, and help us grow the channel. It really, really helps the algorithm, of course, get this content out to people that really do deserve it and need it. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at liquidation levels here. ICP has some heavier concentrations occurring down about 1475, just below the price action, a little bit above at about 17, but there's generally more liquidation of the downside. This doesn't mean the price is going to just shoot to the bottom, but it does tell us that there might be some incentive for the bears to push the price action down for this coin. It could very well just be a quick little liquidity sweep and back on up. So either way you look at it, just be very careful with your, I wouldn't say be careful with your long positions, but be careful with any position that has high leverage. You shouldn't do that in the first place. If you are, obviously make sure you watch close and double check. Okay, so again, low leverage, low position size, that's king. That's how we thrive as a community. So keep in mind all those trades I shared with you already so far, that's 5x, 10x leverage only for Bitcoin. We've pretty much 5x specifically altcoins, and occasionally 6 or 7 depending on the market conditions, but generally speaking, right now, we are looking at a pretty favorable situation here for ICP. So let's talk about this one. I reviewed this a few hours ago. We looked at this and it's looking pretty favorable in a lot of ways. In other words, we're above both moving averages here. We can see this golden cross, depending on how you look at it. You could say that for most times you have a convergence, but the simple way to understand this is that staying above the 20-day SMA and the 50-day SMA is super huge. That's super helpful. We've been able to do that so far 2 days in a row here, okay? So at least 1.5, 2 days roughly, looking pretty solid. We're staying over 50 in the RSI, money flow index right there with it, stochastic swinging up. We got a MACD convergence here, folks. This is a really big deal. You don't see a MACD convergence on the daily super frequent anymore. Last time we had that convergence on the MACD, just so you know, price action shot up super hard. I'm not saying that it's going to happen exactly, but a lot of times price action will take off once you have that momentum shift, which we're seeing so far. So easy way to understand it, ICP is super bullish on the daily, and there's no other way around it. Taking a look at the 4 hour, we're getting rejected tentatively by the 200-day SMA, but everything else is moving up. We got this nice ascending trend with the 20-day SMA. We're hanging above 50 on the RSI, money flow index coming back down, stochastic swinging down, but looking like it might want to swing up, but MACD is diverging. So what do we do in situations when we have a 4 hour divergence, so to speak? Most things here are telling us, for oscillator's sake, that the price is due to correct itself. But on the inverse, we see a strong daily candle. Well, we generally want to take the daily time frame as one of those contributing factors. It's more likely to continue. So while we could see the price pull back a little bit, the likelihood of the overall trend is more likely to go up than down. So even if the 4 hour time frame is kind of drawing dead, the daily time frame is really kind of helping us understand that we're in good shape. We also have this bull flag pattern here that is a result of, simply put, a cup and handle. So if you can kind of see here, we got our cup and our handle, and the price action is looking pretty solid here for a likely retest of this range here at about what? That's 0.5 level at 1575. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see 1575 retested here shortly. It came really close here. Just got rejected by the 200-day SMA. So the long story short here is the 4 hour time frame is not super bullish, but we have a nice good pattern on this time frame, and the daily time frame looks pretty solid. Taking a look here at Ichimoku Cloud, where are we at here? Well, this is one of those situations that's kind of interesting because we're within the cloud. The lagging span is soon to be free and clear of the price action. Okay, conversion lines above the baseline. These are all very positive contributing factors. So again, I think 1520, and as I mentioned earlier in my video from a few hours ago, anywhere as low as 1475 to 15 would be solid considerations for entry. Okay, so again, decent situation here. Generally, the common rule of thumb is to not take any trades while you're in the cloud, but on the same accord here, with all these patterns and the overall sentiment of the daily time frame looking fairly bullish, I think ICP has a great chance of continuing further up. Okay, and if we take a look at the market sessions here, we can see London controlled that time frame, New York just getting started here, and there's a stronger chance we're going to see the price continue further up here. So again, generally speaking, we have mostly favorable signs here. Is it perfect? No. This market right now is far from perfect. There's very few situations where the price action is like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how awesome of a trade this is. It's more of like kind of a risk, if you will. So all the more reason to use proper risk tolerance. Ensure you're moving your stop loss up as the price action gets into profit. And then of course, make sure that also when you're taking trades, low leverage and low position size for the most part. You don't have to do that all the time, but generally speaking, you want to use the same amount every single trade, and you want to use a very normal amount of leverage per trade to ensure that you're not getting destroyed on the liquidation potential. Okay, because liquidation sucks. So you should have your leverage low enough so that way your stop loss triggers before you liquidate. Okay, again, it's better to take a 50% stop loss than it would be 100% liquidation, if that makes any sense. It's a terrible example. You don't want to set that far out, but that's generally how it works. All right, I hope that makes sense and I described it correctly. Thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Do yourself a favor, join Bitunix, awesome exchange. Link down below for some nice rewards if you decide to use my link to register. Hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thank you again so much. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.